So today I want to talk about a situation that actually happens in the workplaces from my experience, and where I think the key issues are in terms of when it comes to the work labors or the Labor Act that is conducted in, I'm not sure if it's only this country, but I think it's also across Africa. The key issue that we're going to talk about is going to be about cheap labor. Now, how does cheap labor actually even begin to actually happen? Well, take for example countries that are not doing so prominently well. Zimbabwe, and all those other disadvantaged countries that come and their people or their citizens come and settle down here in South Africa in search for work. Now, when they get here, of course, the problems of papers that also come to play, the problems of not even being educated enough, even if you are educated enough though, the fact that you're still foreign, and the fact that you are the one seeking for the job eagerly, puts you at a disadvantage because of the way the system, I think, is designed, which is to increase the demand of jobs and then decrease the supply of the demand, which is the jobs. I think it's done intentionally to keep people in chains, to keep people in check. For example, if you're at work and you dislike the working conditions of your work, it's very hard for you to leave because there isn't enough jobs that you can just leave this job and go to a better one. Unless if you're so fortunate that you're so valuable that you can go anywhere. But for the ordinary worker, it's very hard to do. That's why a lot of people stay in dead-end jobs, because they have no other option than just to sit there. And that's another key issue that I think we are facing right now in Africa. Besides that, there's also talking about the cheap labor. I just can't fathom to understand that somebody actually decides that your 8 hours of your life every single day for 5 days a week is worth a certain amount of money. Let's say 200 rand. The mere fact that people accept that should show you how much desperate times we are as Africans, or as people that are just disadvantaged, or people that come from poorly countries or from poor countries to a well-advanced one in search of work. And of course, this also creates issues like the citizens of their country saying that the foreigners is taking jobs, of which it is true. But if we look at a much more deeper part, it's how the system is designed and how the political nature of Africa really is, and that's leading us into the situation that we are. And so cheap labor, it ends up happening because of those various factors that I just mentioned. And it's something that's very heinous that every rich person utilize, because they know the people that are looking for jobs are gonna take it, because that is better than what they're coming from, so they will take it regardless. And they'll even tell you, we're not forcing you to, but you're gonna stay because of the situation that forces you to stay. And I think that's one of the major issues that we have in Africa. One of the key issues that we have foreign investors that come invest in Africa, and they utilize this even for the citizens. It's like that because they know there's less demand, there is more demand of jobs, and they supply less jobs in order to control the Labor Act or the labor sector of Africa. That's how I think most of us are still stuck as laborers, and how most of us are still stuck in low-paying income jobs. Because listen, you don't even have time to go and follow your dreams, because you are there 5 days a week, underpaying you. But they make sure that there's no time for you to go and do something significant for yourself, something worth building yourself. Like, then make sure that the time you work there for the longest time of the day, that when you get home you're already exhausted, and remember, keep in mind, you still gotta prepare for tomorrow. So it's that's the reality of the situation that we're living in today, which is sad. But I think things will change as long as it's the youth, we take action and we make things change, and we are so persistent. And if we become so persistent and very militant, not in the sense of carrying guns and stuff, I don't believe that's necessary. I'm a full-on non-violent civil rights activist. I don't believe in violence unless if it's necessary to a certain extent, of which I think it isn't. But yes, I think that's one of the core issues that we have right now in Africa, and I think it's something that really needs to be resolved.